Good evening and welcome to the June 9, 2026 Board of Selectmen meeting. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance if able.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to take a moment and have a moment of silence for Selectman Bergeron's mother, Emma Bergeron, who passed away last week. We can all take a moment. Thank you. I'd like to read something for the Bergeron family and the Board of Selectmen. On behalf of the Board of Selectmen, we extend our deepest condolences to Selectman Bergeron, former Selectman Jean Guy Bergeron, and the entire Bergeron family on the passing of their family matriarch, Emma Bergeron. Emma was a cherished member of Pelham community whose kindness, generosity, and dedication to helping others touched many lives. During this difficult time, our thoughts and prayers are with her family, friends, and all those who have the privilege of knowing her. Family and friends are invited to celebrate Emma's life on Friday, June 12, 2026 at the Pelham Funeral Home, 11 Nashua Road, right over here in Pelham, from 4 to 7 p.m. Relatives and friends are also invited to attend her committal service on Saturday, June 13, 2026 at the Gibson Cemetery at 11 a.m. In lieu of flowers, the family kindly requests that donations be made in Emma's memory to the food pantry of Pelham, the food pantry of Pelham or the St. Patrick's Parish Food Pantry, a cause that was very close to her heart at 12 Main Street, Pelham, New Hampshire, 03076. Godspeed, Mrs. Bergeron. You raised some amazing children and had one heck of a legacy. So, thank you. Thank you for giving us Jay. God bless. Moving on. Has everybody had the opportunity to review the May 26, 2026 meeting minutes? Does anybody have any corrections? If not, I will entertain a motion.
I'll make that motion, Mr. Chairman.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
I'm also an aye. That is a 4-0-0 vote. Let the record reflect that Selectman Bergeron is home with his family this evening. Is there anybody here for open forum this evening? Mr. Jafrida, do you have anything you'd like to add to the? Hearing none, I will close that portion of our meeting. Next up, we have Brian Demers, the IT Director, and Tammy Penny, the Finance Director and Assistant Town Administrator. Let's talk about our credit card policy. Good evening.
I'm going to introduce the topic and just kind of go over a few of the highlights, and then Brian's here to answer some questions.
Sure.
So IT Administrator Demers developed this policy to ensure the town remains compliant with PCI DSS requirements for credit card processing. And on the screen now, there is just a slide that summarizes the many pages in the policy that we circulated. Just on the key points. So this policy prohibits the storage, processing, or transmission of cardholder data outside of the approved merchant payment systems by limiting card transactions to authorized standalone IP-connected terminals. This means also that credit card numbers may not be written down or otherwise retained. Any credit card information may not be processed if submitted by mail, email, or voicemail. That information could be compromised and should be reported to us if it should come in that way. Residents may continue to enter payment information themselves through approved online payment portals, but when paying in person, card transactions must be completed directly through the payment terminal. And the policy is just intended to ensure that all employees involved in accepting card payments understand the town's security requirements. Brian, did you have something to add?
Nope, I think you hit all the bullet points.
Does the board have any questions? It's pretty straightforward.
I think just it's worth noting that the credit card payments are through the town clerk's office, Parks and Rec. Are there any other departments that use credit cards for those types of
Fire
payments?
department.
The planning department. So there is more usage than you'd imagine.
Right.
Thank you.
So this works. I know we've had a previous conversation, but sounds good. I have no questions at this time.
I just have a question.
Yes.
When someone wants to do a credit card, there's opportunity for them to do it online. Why would they call in with a card?
That's a great question. There are exceptions that come up.
Yeah, sometimes there, there are, like Tammy just said, there are exceptions that come up where they can't make it in time. There's a deadline, especially happens in Parks and Rec.
It might happen in the tax office too, if somebody bounces a check, they're out of town, they really want to make it right, can't come in. So we do have a section of the policy to allow for those exceptions, but you have to be careful because you cannot write that information down.
Right.
And of course, you're going to have a process of repeating that information back. You need to make sure there's nobody around who can hear it. So we would definitely prefer people not to do that, but we have to allow that option in extreme circumstances.
I would think that people using cards would prefer that you don't write that card down also.
Right, and you can't. Yeah, you shouldn't be.
Thank you.
Hearing no other questions, does this require a motion to accept the policy?
I'd like one to adopt it if you would.
Okay. I will.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make the motion to accept the Town of Pelham credit card acceptance and PCI DSS scope control policy.
I'll second that.
There's a motion, a second on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
Also an aye. That is a 4-0 vote. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in. Next up, Mr. Rourke, we have the acceptance of completion of Sherburne Road project.
Yes, as we all know, Sherburne Road Roundabout project was completed in December. There were some finalization details that needed to be squared away before it can be officially accepted by the town. So tonight, we're here to take a formal vote to accept the roundabout. As we know, when we entered into the agreement and the CMAQ agreement to build it, the roundabout is our responsibility as the town to take care of. So this will be the last piece of that where we formally vote to accept it, and it now becomes the town of Pelham's property. A little bit of the delay was we had a dispute over the plantings. We didn't love the plantings, and we felt that they weren't what we had expected. However, after much debate and much back and forth, the New Hampshire DOT decided not to withhold the funds, and the New Hampshire DOT did not approve withholding project funds or requiring additional plantings as part of the closeout process. So once we lost the support of the DOT, it was kind of losing battle, and our consultant, Turner Group, told us it's time to accept it and move on. And it's really a minor thing. It was the actual, again, the daylilies that were planted as opposed to some of the other things that we wanted. So other than that, the project's great. It's ready to go. I would suggest the board take a vote to accept it.
Any questions from Mr. Rourke? Hearing none, we'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, in a similar line, I'd like to make a motion to accept the Sherburne Road roundabout project and close out and accept everything that's been completed.
That
I'll
works.
second that.
There's a motion, a second on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
I'm also an aye. That is a 4-0 vote.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have
Snuck that one in at the last minute on you guys.
yes, you did.
We had talked about at the last meeting, donations, fundraising, et cetera. It was agreed upon that the ticket sales would be processed through the Parks and Rec. They have the back office ability to process tickets and things. But the money that comes in, we need to find a spot to park it before we spend it. So Tammy and I had some discussions. We thought about the flagpole project, the expendable trust that we had set up about a month ago. We had a discussion, or Tammy did, had an email exchange with Ed Gleason from the trustee of the trustees, and he agreed with that we could just simply change at a meeting the purpose of that particular expendable fund. So now, in terms of, it's still the Meeting House Park 250th Town Center Improvement Fund, but we can also include funding for the 250th celebration. And he felt like as long as we discussed it publicly, which we're doing, that would be a place that now if we receive a donation, we can put it into that fund, then we request the trustees to expend it when we provide the appropriate invoice. I hope I didn't confuse that more than I needed to.
Nope, just to be clear, this is no taxpayer money going into this trust fund. This is all
No, this
purely
is just
donations.
like the other ones we have, these are for donations.
Very good. Any questions? Please.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, and just for my clarity, so this trust fund was set up for the flagpole, correct?
Yes, it was the Meeting House Park in Town Center 250th Improvement Fund. So we had a little bit of extra funds from the flagpole raising, so we wanted to be able to use that for other projects related to the flagpole, which is a monument to the 250th anniversary of the country. So Ed Gleason felt comfortable with expanding it to funding
Celebration.
the celebration too.
Understood. So the limitations of that trust fund already were wide enough in scope to include these new input funds to the celebration because it's under the umbrella
I would say they were
250.
wide enough that they didn't exclude
Got it.
that type of funding. So I think if I have a sample motion written down, if we were to do that, I think it would clarify the purposes of that fund.
Understood. That's all the questions I had. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anybody else?
I'll make the motion if you like, though.
Please.
All right, I'll make the motion. The Board of Selectmen requests the trustees of the trust funds expend the purpose of the existing Meeting House Park flagpole project and Pelham Center grounds improvements expendable trust fund to include the receipt and expenditure of funds for activities, events, improvements, and related expenses associated with the town of Pelham's 250th anniversary celebration.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
There's a motion and a second on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
I'm also an aye. That is a 4-0-0 vote.
Thank you.
Thank you. I look forward to the 250th. I think we'll skip discussion tonight on the 250.
Just selectmen's discussion. I think Selectman Massey Quinn had one item.
Okay. Not for the 250, not for the Independence Day dinner.
No,
All right.
no,
I will go. What do you have for discussion this evening?
for selectmen reports. I do have one item, at the last water commission meeting, it was, the members came together and they made a motion to dissolve the wastewater research subcommittee that was formed. There's been no action for about a year and a half on that with that subcommittee. So I would just look to this board to see if we need to properly dissolve it, not dismantle. If we dissolve it accordingly, so.
I remember using that dismantle word with
That's
Brett
funny.
a few years ago when we closed out the community power committee. I remember saying dismantle the board, and I think I offended you. But we would probably put that on the agenda to just so people. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, we kind of delegated it to the Water Commission. So we did not elect members to that or anything like that. The Water Commission, so I think
Yeah.
it's probably within their purview to disband it, at least until it's appropriate to start over again. I think their priorities don't align right now with wastewater.
Well, the members that were currently on that subcommittee are no longer involved with the water commission currently, so.
all right.
I think in a similar line of thought, subcommittees are usually run by their committees, so I don't believe we have any need to have any authority over them.
Right, unless a board member has an objection to that, I think their vote to disband would be sufficient.
And I did forward the minutes over to, Joe. So
Consensus.
it's within the meeting minutes as well.
Consensus of the board is to let it go away. No pun intended, right? All right.
Thank you.
Is that all you have this evening?
That is it.
Okay. I have nothing to report.
Do you want me to talk about this?
Charlene and I had a discussion on the poster, so we are going to have to speak to it just because we want to publish this.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that Town of Pelham Independence is what, or do we want this to read 250th
United States,
United States anniversary?
it's really not Town of Pelham independence. It's the USA's independence that we're celebrating.
So 250th anniversary celebration. I mean, I love the font and the way it looks saying independence,
I do too.
but maybe we're getting in the weeds a little too much, but I think we should really focus on the 250th.
Not to be confused with the Independence Day celebration that we have in
On
June.
the July 4th.
So what you're telling me is I shouldn't have skipped the independence discussion and I should have waited?
Yeah.
I'll get better. I apologize.
Next
I,
time, ask me first.
my bad. Yeah, I think we should put 250.
Something to the effect 250th celebration?
Yeah.
Okay,
And that will also align with the trust fund.
right.
When when do tickets go on sale?
I think they're available now.
I really don't know. I think we're waiting for that to be released, the flyer to be released.
Yeah, this is going in the Evergreen, right? This flyer, and then from what I understood, then once we approve this, and the QR code will go live, I think.
Okay.
We need to let the Evergreen know that we're changing the ad, though. It had to be in by yesterday. Had to be in by the 8th, I think.
Yeah, Mr. Rourke is going to take care of that tomorrow, aka
They have time to.
Danielle
they'll change it
Pilato.
for
Yeah,
you. They have time now.
we have connections at the Evergreens.
A day or so might be all right.
All right.
I just have one more thing I'd like to clear up, and that's a conversation we had at the CIP today. Did the town get a check from the Council on Aging in December for the bus for $25,000? Nobody remembers?
I went looking for it afterwards. It definitely did not happen in 2025. It must have happened in 2026 early, and I just haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen it yet.
I thought we had a public hearing to accept that.
We did.
We did.
I looked back and I'm like, yeah, we talked about it in October 2025 of how to do it. Someone was going to get back to me. It was discussed in November. But when you said that at today's meeting, there's 25,000 from the Council on Aging. I'm like, where is that? It's got to be in the trustee of the trust funds, but I don't really go looking for the reports except at year end. So I was starting to do that at the end of the day and I never finished looking for it.
You may have gotten it, you may have recorded it in 2026. I think we record, because our intention was 25, 26, and 27.
I didn't record it, and really it's the
Well,
trustee of
not
the
you,
trust
but-
funds, yeah. So it never really went through me, but I do
And,
remember.
and are you confident the check was actually written?
I'm absolutely confident that the check was
So,
written.
and I actually looked on the trustee of the trust fund, they have a list of all the funds that they have, their town funds, and right at the bottom is that senior center bus donation. So it absolutely exists. It came in 2026 though, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, just
So I did
Is it on
confirm
my
that. I had
desk?
it, I'm like, where is that?
It was last December. It was right at the end
I know,
of the
but could it
year.
be on my desk?
The check, though, the check is cleared.
The check did clear.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I never handled the check, but it must have went right to the trustees.
The
and
check
it's-
cleared.
yeah.
Yeah, the town wouldn't have recorded.
Yeah,
it,
I
right?
wouldn't have had to
They
handle it,
recorded
yeah.
over there, yeah.
This is a scary conversation to have.
No, I just wanted to make sure that we all understand that we got it, because I was kind of, I know that we gave it to the town, and I know the check cleared.
It came up
Had
during a
that
CIP
one
discussion.
offline.
During our CIP.
It came up during a CIP. I'm like, what? Where do we get that? Where is that?
I was kind of astounded.
I just had my thoughts go out loud.
Yeah. But they committed 25 in 25, 25 and 26, and 25 and 27.
And I located the documentation on the trustee of the trust fund
If
page.
you need any more from me, let me know.
No.
I'll make sure you
I'll
get it.
email you and let you know. Yes, that was deposited in January.
I was hoping Joe would recollect it.
I recollect we accepted it.
We had a public hearing, yeah.
Mr. Gagnon.
Just really quick, I think I briefly talked about during the LED streetlight project that we had some LEDs that we were paying for or streetlights that we were paying for that did not exist. Between myself and Joe in his office, we did kind of hassle Liberty to look into that. Unfortunately, they were pretty sharp on their response. They then came back to us and said that we had 6 lights that were active that we weren't paying for, and that they would be so kind as to call it neutral. So we do not get a refund, but we also do not get an added expense, and so that's to bed.
All right.
Perfect.
And
that's it.
There is corporate America 101 right there, right?
But at least we tried.
TA Rock.
Nothing to report.
Assistant TA Penny, I'm not letting you off the hook because technically you're part of the town administrator reports now. So do you have anything to report?
Oh, I am, okay. I alerted you that we're getting about a $44,000 refund from Primex for workers' comp. The fund performed better than they anticipated, and we'll be using that to offset the tax rate this year.
Great news. All right. If there is nothing else, I would take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
There is a motion on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I am also an aye. That is a 4-0-0 vote. Good night, Pelham.